Hi everybody, Grandma Bev here with Life with Grandma Bev. And as those of you who follow me regularly know, on Thursday night I was all excited because we were going to actually go to a movie theater. The first time in 2 years. And for Bob and I used to go every Friday since we've retired. And of course, 2 years we had to stop that, so we just started watching the movies here every Friday. We'd cook popcorn, we'd try to make it as dark as we could in here or at home at the house, and we'd watch a movie. This week we decided, okay, it's been long enough, let's risk it. We'll just be real careful. So we went online and bought the tickets, and they raised them to $7. Didn't mind $7 to go in for two to see the movies. And they used to be $5 a couple of years ago, and they gradually added up a little bit. So, it didn't surprise me. Still cheaper than if I went and had to pay regular price. And we reserved our regular seats where we like to sit. So we got there, and it's like, I don't remember what we do. What did we do? Went to the theater, and nobody was around our seats, so we had nobody around us. We like to have an empty seat on each side of us, even before the virus hit. So I like to put my purse on. I don't want to put my purse on the floor or have to hold it. And then, before we went in there, though, we went to buy snackies. Now, normally, we buy what they have, this loyalty cup, and you pay, I think, $6 or $7 for it. And if you bring it back and forth with you, you can get refills of soda for $2. Well, that's a lot cheaper than $6 something. So we thought, well, let's buy a cup because we'll have next November when we come back. For sure, we'll probably be doing the regular Friday routine going. I'm hoping. I should have brought the cup in here to show you. Hold on. You ready? Excited? Here it is. Now, they used to have real cute little things on them. And this time they only had, just kind of like, more like little ads or things for the seats. Well, the seats are not like that. And, but, they're hard plastic. You just bring them home, wash them, bring them back with you. And then they also have a loyalty program for popcorn, which normally we buy that. I think that's $30 for the whole year. But, we figured we wouldn't be going there enough this year to warrant spending that. So we get our stuff. Have to remember everything we used to get, something to pour some of the. You got an extra large popcorn because we split it. I get one of those cardboard things, and we pour some in that for me, and then we each have our own cup. So 2 cups and an extra large popcorn came to $25. We only spent $7 to get in each. Oh, wow. That's why I used to always sneak candy and stuff in with me. We'd always stop at a store. This is when I didn't eat the popcorn, so Bob would always eat the popcorn. And then we'd stop at a little store, and I'd get candy and stuff, put in my purse and sneak in. So we got our napkins, got our straws, everything we needed, and went and sat down, and it's like, oh, okay. I remember this place, it wasn't very crowded. So then, now they're always showing little ads and things. All of a sudden they remind us to silence your phones. It's like, oh, I forgot about that. Totally forgot that you need to silence your phones when you go in there. So I was glad they reminded us of that. And then the previews came on. So we had 15 minutes of previews, which, we've missed them. Because that's how we would decide, excuse me, what movies we wanted to watch in the future when they came out. So then we watched the previews. Then the movie started. And just a reminder, it's Death on the Nile. Now, it's rated PG-13. It's a mystery thriller drama. It had 64% on the Rotten Tomatoes score, but 82% audience score, which I tend to go by that more. And of course, you guys are listening to me with my opinion. It's totally my opinion. I'm not trying to sound like a critic, that you used to always see on. I don't go for all the technicality stuff, and I go for the entertainment value. So it's, the critics' consensus, though, was old-fashioned to a fault. The solidly entertaining Death on the Nile is enlivened by its all-star cast and director star Kenneth Branagh's obvious affection for the material. And the audience said, the pacing isn't perfect, but this all-star mystery has a great cast and plenty of entertaining twists. So as far as the comments made by the critics, it was old-fashioned. It took place in 1937. When it first started, though, it was in a war scene, and I thought, oh no, I'm just not that into war movies. And it was 1914, but then it moved to 1937. So this Perot character was in the war, and now he's, and they say the pacing isn't perfect. I agree with that. I felt it was a little slow. About the first half, or maybe not quite half, but till they got onto the actual boat, then it picked up. So let me read to you who was on it. Oh, cast and crew. Oh, that paper didn't print out. Well, you wouldn't recognize a lot of them. A lot of them are from, England, different places. Not Kenneth Branagh, you would, and Gal Gadot. She was the gal who played Wonder Woman recently, and I guess she, in a previous life, before getting entertained, had been some sort of a spy. Real life. Who else was in it? Oh, Russell Brand was in it, and I didn't know it until afterwards when we stayed to watch the credits. So you wouldn't recognize him in it, but he's in it too. Remember, Russell Brand was married to Katy Perry. So let's see. I'll read you the little breakdown of it. It says, Belgian sleuth Hercule Poirot's Egyptian vacation aboard a glamorous river steamer turns into a terrifying search for a murderer when a picture-perfect couple's idyllic honeymoon is tragically cut short. Set against an epic landscape of sweeping desert vistas and majestic Giza pyramids, this tale of unbridled passion and incapacitating jealousy features a cosmopolitan group of impeccably dressed travelers and enough wicked twists and turns to leave audiences guessing until the final shocking, they say, denouement. So what it is this one gal, played by gal, is rich, and she meets one of her good old friend's fiancés. Played him. I can't remember. And of course, you can tell right away when they met that, oh, there goes the engagement of the other couple, because that's who ends up getting married, is this guy and her. And so they're going to go on a honeymoon on the Nile to Egypt. Well, this jealous ex-fiancé of his keeps showing up. Not saying anything, basically, but just showing up, staring at him in different places. So the bride consulted with Perot and asked if there's anything he could do about it. Well, he said she hadn't really broken any laws, so not much he could do. But he suggested they just forget the honeymoon and go home and spend time with themselves then. Well, the groom decided, no, that's not going to happen that way, even though she wanted to go home. So what he did was, he booked the entire ship. Now, it's not a huge cruise ship back then. It's a little paddle boat, big thing, but it was gorgeous. So he booked that whole ship. He took all the people they wanted to go on this honeymoon trip with them, all their guests, in this boat, little boat that took them out to where the ship was. So that way, they didn't have the ex-fiancé hoovering around. So, like I say, beautiful ship. I mean, it got Bob and I interested, in checking out the Nile. we never had been interested in going to Egypt, you know. So, strange things start happening. And there's a death. I'm not going to give you too much info on the deaths. But like I say, there are a lot of twists and turns, and the ending is a surprise, but I predicted it right away anyway. Beautiful clothing for the time, you know. What else am I forgetting? It just came out in February. So, Ridley Scott was the producer, so he was on there. I think he played a little bit of a little bit of a person. And they've got now the music behind it though is more like a jazz kind of music playing the whole time. They even brought their own jazz kind of band with them. So, what's his name? Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer. He was in it. So it's pretty active, and the music matches the time frame. And what else would you want to know? I don't know. What did we think of it? We liked it. We both agreed it was a little slow getting up to it, but once they started going on the honeymoon on the ship, it just totally picked up. And you had to really pay attention, you know, try to pick up on the clues to figure out who done it. And it was suspenseful and a surprise. I would give it 4 stars. 4. So, it's something to go see. I don't know. We didn't even look to see if we can stream it. But if you don't go to the movie theaters yet, you may have to wait until it's on, you know, one of the streaming places. So, were we happy we went to the movie theater? Yeah, a little cold in there though. It was nice to be back in that big screen and the sound and everything, you know, and in darkness generally. So maybe next week we'll try again. We'll see what movies come out. It's got to be a movie we want to see, you know, to warrant going in there and risking our lives. So please comment below, share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you all have gotten what you need to get from this review and that you enjoy it. I love you all. Bye.